What's up, Hits and Crits family? Welcome to the second episode of the Club Spotlight. Today, we have the Game Night League here with us. A club from Ontario in Canada. From London, Ontario in Canada, I have to say. And I'm pleased to have Cameron and Adrian with me today. Great to have you guys.
Well, thank you so much for hosting us today. We're happy to be here. Happy to talk about Song of Ice and Fire and the Game Night League's club.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited too.
Yeah, Adrian, so you reached out to me after you saw the first Club Spotlight we actually did in German with our home turf club and everything. And us both thought that it would be a great, like a great next step to also have you here on the show in English, internationally, to show people that we should do that kind of stuff more. We should talk about how we bring song to life, also community, like also club work, not only song. And this is like a great second episode for us as well. So great that you reached out and that we got in contact. Thanks. Thank you for showing that bias for action. So first things first, let's not be too specific about song already. Let's talk about the club. So Game Night Leagues. Game Night Leagues. How many members? When founded? Who founded it? Who's doing it? Whatever. Tell me everything about Game Night Leagues.
Well, I'm gonna give it to Cameron because he's kind of the veteran on all of that.
The vet.
Yeah.
Let's hear it from the vet.
Well, it's a gaming club in London, Ontario, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It opened up. I want to say, hopefully, it doesn't get upset me for getting this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 2018 or 2019. We were open for about a year, right before some pandemic occurred.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Oh yeah. We opened up before that, and then since then it's all a bit about focusing on developing communities and developing long-term leagues. So it's very runs a diverse amount of games in the store: card games, board games, tabletop miniature games, role playing, you name it. So people who want to play in the area, we got it. So. Yeah, and I want to say nowadays we're very fortunate to have our club filled almost every day of the week, and we're still getting new people discovering who we are, coming to our family game nights or trivia nights, and just discovering our board game library. We see hundreds of people every week. It's been phenomenal seeing the growth.
Yeah, I happened to actually be in the area yesterday with my father-in-law, and I brought him into the store because there was a Horus Heresy tournament taking place. And I was like, look, I know you hear me talk about Warhammer, you hear me talk about painting miniatures, but it's something else when you see, 40 people playing this game for, 9 hours a day. He was blown away, but he was a programmer back in the day. And so him, seeing physical games like this, it just made sense to him. He was like, oh yeah, this is exactly like how I would design like a video game as well. So I did want to add to Cameron's point. So Tristan is the owner of Game Night Leagues. And what makes him a super special guy is that I think as we are all fans that start somewhere, he too, was a, passionate hobbyist who then decided that he was going to open up shop and he was going to run a business for other hobbyists. And I think that's really what separates him, in our community, is that we always feel like, even though he, this is his business, we feel like we're a part of, something that he's built. And that's what makes this place so welcoming and so great to, visit and just, meet new people.
Awesome. Adrian, in our pre-discussion, or maybe you can both state it, like you said, we have people sometimes, I know, like for us as Europeans, it's even more incredible, but you have people driving 2 hours to come to the store or the area. So how do you guys ensure that the trip is worth it? How do you guys make or build a location or such an event location where people feel the warmth, the welcoming, that it's worth coming there? How do you maintain that and build that?
Yeah. So, I mean, Cameron's been integral to a lot of this because he has gone out of his way to build that social media platform. And I think through the events that Game Night Leagues has been hosting, we have been attracting new players throughout, geographically, in such a vast radius. And as people become, more familiar, especially with Song, when it comes to like the app, what is it called, where you can check for tournaments. You can check, for proximity and distance. And when people join, we invite them into our social media and we keep in contact, right? So it's not that we're only speaking on the day that we meet for a game that we play. We're talking Monday to Sunday. We're sharing things in the chat. We're sharing things that we've painted. And we're really kind of fostering that community that we're all very much treating one another like friends. So if it's, if we've just met or we've known each other, like I've known Cameron for 8 years, that energy, and that love, for what we love, it's always there.
Awesome. That like, so would you say the best way to bring new players in or new members is social media? Is it digital social media, or is it word of mouth? Is it the friendship you just mentioned? What is it?
I don't know if it's the best way, but it is certainly a major component of social media. Having that ongoing conversation throughout the week, sharing all aspects of our passion in the games and hobby is certainly important. And that way we can also make sure that we, in a sense, tailor an upcoming experience to somebody who wants to come in. If it's a new player, or if they want to try something a bit more competitively, or they just want to play a narrative game, we can kind of make sure and preset this so that when they come in, they know they're getting something that is of value to them. So especially with the distances, the social media is very important. But the after game conversations too, that fellowship after the game, before the game, during the game, that is a huge component too. It's not just the social media, but the people that are playing as well. And as organizers, just being among those people, having those conversations, and I lost the rest of my thought there, but yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. So what are the biggest systems you guys ran? Because in the first Club Spotlight with the Tabletop North, which is my home turf club, the biggest system isn't Song, unfortunately, even though I'm trying to, but it's not the biggest one. It's actually Middle Earth. So that's by far the biggest one, by far. Even beats 40K and all that kind of stuff. So what are your guys' biggest systems?
Flesh and Blood has been huge at our store. Warhammer as well, both 40K and Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
And we're also actually growing rapidly with Magic as well. That's been a recent development too. I would say those are among our top contenders. And then just casual board game nights. We fill up on Wednesdays for board games, and
yeah, that's increasingly happening in our club too. And I would say what the kind of games we play is basically I can put in two categories. The first one is like these high complex Kickstarter skirmish games like Mythic Battles Pantheon, Reichbusters, Bloodborne from cmon. Bloodborne is a huge favorite. And the other part are those quick and easy skirmishes, I would say. So Unmatched, you guys know Unmatched or Dice Throne? Oh,
Dice
you know?
Throne, yeah.
Dice Throne? Okay,
yeah.
So Dice Throne is like going really well. Unmatched is a game that is on the horizon, and also a war game is becoming bigger and bigger, which Imperial Minis are also already jumped into like months back, is Moonstone. So that kind of stuff goes really well at our club. So thanks for the like overall view on the club. So now let's go to what we're here for. We want to talk about Song, and we want to talk about the community around Song. So these are I'm pretty sure you have one for each faction, right? I'm pretty sure you do. So
Sure.
Sure, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. None of us have multiple armies.
No.
Yeah.
None of us play, 4 or
Who
5
does?
armies.
Who
Absolutely
does?
not.
Right? Yeah. No, in all seriousness, so these are the core song players. Maybe you can give us a just small rundown. Shout out to these great people.
Well,
at your store.
The gentleman who's behind me, closer to, I guess, on the screen now, we're right
Forward,
there. Yeah, we're giving the thumbs up. His name's
Yeah.
Dustin. He is a passionate worker at Game Night Leagues as well, and great people person. Always a ray of sunshine when you walk in. The other guy behind me, Mark, also just a ray of sunshine. He's a recent addition, new player, has jumped in head first into this with Lannisters, and he's been so positive, so excited for the game. And the guy who's directly beside me, he's taken on a bit of a leadership role at training a lot of the teaching the game to a lot of new players who was kind of coming in and visit, especially with Mark the other day. And then there's the other guy there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rob there in the middle. I mean, if you've never played against Martells, don't, because he will teach you how good they are. But I was fortunate enough to actually meet Rob through kind of our local hobby community, and we started painting together. And then I was like, hey, you got to check out this game. And I showed him Song, and he's an incredible
head over heels.
player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Behind him is a friend of his. His name is Kyle. Rob brought in Kyle. Again, Kyle is an avid, a Night's Watch player. He's fantastic. He loves fielding his catapults or his ballistas against my giants recently. So that's always a fun game. And then in front of him is Elliot. Elliot's been probably in the game as long as we have. He started off, I think, with Greyjoys. And he's a big fan of them. And I think he's been playing for at least 3 to 4 years now. Yeah, fantastic player as well. And then myself behind there. Cameron and I kind of started in Song about 4 years ago due to another friend of ours that's not here. His name is Joseph. He brought us in originally at that time, and then we kind of kept going with the game. And then thanks to him and our other friend Jake, we've been able to kind of facilitate all what we have today.
Cool. So awesome group to bring this game alive. So what do you Seven do to bring up new players? Are there like regular meetups to offer intro games, or what do you do? How do you fuel this game?
So we've established Monday nights as our regular league nights, and I've been posting on social media such as Facebook, Discord, and focused groups of Song of Ice and Fire with our little ads I create on Canva. So we established that on Monday nights. People who are interested know just come in, and we keep conversations going throughout the week, as we mentioned before, and reaching out to those people. I'll make myself available for teaching games outside of those Mondays should somebody want. But yeah, having that regular routine, regular timing, and these kind of people regularly showing up is kind of comforting to somebody who wants to dip a toe in.
Okay. So when you guys meet, or these individuals, would you say you are more focusing on the competitive aspect of the game, or do you also try to do lore kind of stuff, situations from the books, from the show, relive them? I asked that because we have a club in Germany, which is like near Düsseldorf, Bonn, so in the like western part of Germany, and it's the posers. The posers are like having their own let's say, campaign running where they make use of the Westeros map and they have secret missions and all that kind of stuff. So, and then you have to, basically you play the game in the end, but you do it with a certain lore or like background story, purpose kind of thing. So that's why I'm asking, is that also happening with you guys, or is that probably a good idea to pick up?
So Cameron had an incredible idea some time ago where he had kind of set up, we just called it kind of Starks versus Lannisters, but it wasn't limited to only playing those factions. You could be a Targaryen player and you could sign up to be on the Lannister side. It was really just, let's create kind of two distinct groups. And every game you would play, and I should emphasize, most of our games are very casual. We don't really emphasize the competitive side. But when we do run tournaments, obviously we try and help one another to get prepared for that. But I would say, kind of on a daily or weekly basis, we're very casual. And I think to your first question, what drives us? Are we very narrative? I wouldn't say so, actually. I think what we do is we talk about ideas we have, and then we try and execute them. We say, hey, I've always wanted to play as Joffrey, as my commander. I've never used him before.
How do I do it?
Joffrey list. And who wants to play, right? And that's how I kind of, playing Targaryens for over a year. But I always love the painting of large models, hence why I had dragons in my list all the time. But that was my inspiration was, hey, I just want to build a giant list. Like I literally just want the biggest models in the game. I'm not concerned about, being competitive. I just want to paint big things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we ever want to play a competitive game, there's certain gentlemen who are in this picture that will give us a run for our money for sure. They're very capable of that. But yes, we're definitely more focused on casual games, or let's just see what happens with something we haven't done before.
Yeah, I mean, like if you talk and theorize and like as much like as I do, I still try to keep the balance between like always running these lists because I know they work, because I know they work against certain things, and then it comes down to player skill. It's so I really have to like push myself back to the state of like, I just do it because out of fun, right? Because I definitely know I probably will lose with this list, but it's still fun to do. So a lot of times, right after the game, even though I lost, I feel this list isn't actually really bad. It's just not as effective as the other one. It works as well, but it's not as effective. And I would say the most fun I had with Song are really those games where where just two people came, tried something out, and had the just fun with the triggers and the stuff that happened, and like whatever. Charging over like doing that one risky charge, and it worked, even though you wouldn't do it in a tournament, but it worked. That kind of stuff is the funny part of Song, I feel.
And that's what we live for with this group. We love the hilarious losses and the memorable whoa moments.
Yeah. Is there anything, like, if you could wish for something in terms of, let's say, content, communication, availability of products, whatever it is, if you could wish for something in your community or whatever, globally, whatever we can, is there anything you say, this is something we would really need in our community to make the game even grow more? Is there anything?
Honestly, yeah. What comes to mind for me is, the game is easy to learn, perhaps hard to master. And that fills an incredible void for me, because coming from war games like Warhammer, I felt very overwhelmed as time went on, because there was so much material that I had to keep up on. A Song has this simplicity that I think every other wargamer would love if they gave it a chance. So if there was one wish I could have, is that every wargamer, locally or around, would try the game once. Because I honestly think if they had that opportunity, if they gave themselves that time, we would see a absolute boom in this game, because there is something about it that's very sticky, and you don't need to know anything about Game of Thrones. You don't need to know. You never need to read a page
Read
from
the
a Song
books.
of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. That fantasy, that connection, that can drive people further. But the game as a game is incredibly well done. And if everyone could give it a shot, if everyone could try just one match, even for 20 minutes, I think it would go like that would be my wish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but how to do this? I mean, except just bringing one at a time into it. I mean, you could announce something like club-wide. I was actually thinking something similar where we thought maybe we should just like force people into a certain day where you say you have to step away from your core system and you have to step one table to the left and you have to play whatever, Moonstone or Song or like these smaller systems, and not 40K, not all the established war games. So yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
A Song and Pizza Day.
Song and pizza.
Free pizza. Yeah,
Free
pizza. Play the game. Yeah, you come in, we'll feed you. You play the game.
I will think
Something
about
like
it.
that.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
And
Cameron,
if you're running demos for people, something I've been wanting to try out too is certainly one thing to demo a full game, but what I've been trying to do when I demo other games, especially because I feel time is the factor for a lot of people, is to kind of pre-set up the board so they play a turn and a meaningful turn where they see a bunch of interactions. The first turn of any game, really, of any war game, is a lot of rejigging and
positioning.
Yeah. But if you set up like, okay, let's start with your turn. Here's something that's in the position to charge. Here's something in the position to shoot. Here's your cards that you can add a little extra spice to what you're about to do. Set up one meaningful demo turn, and I think that'll really open people up to like, okay, now I want the demo game. Now I want to buy my first starter.
Yeah, that lights the fire. Yeah, if you step to a table and there's already 2 units that are in an engagement, and you're like, all right, let's play this out. It's your turn. Roll some dice. I think that would have a monumentous impact on someone to be like, whoa, that was super cool.
Yeah, we actually did that in my we collaborated with some clubs around the area, and what we did, we went to events where an amazing individual from our club, he built the wall and Castle Black and everything. So he built everything, and it's huge. I have to share pictures later. Unfortunately, I don't have it here. Maybe I fuel it in when I cut the video. That thing is like this tall. It's huge, right? And what we do when we go to events and show the game, we actually exactly do this. So we put Edison Tollett like right down at the wall, and we let is it Mag? Yeah, it's Mag. Let Mag run into it so he can kill him. Right. So and that's that meaningful situation where Mag charges in. Hopefully he dies right through certain things we prepare, and then he can also hit again and kill everyone except Edison. That would be the perfect outcome, but it works rarely. But again, exactly, this is what we're also trying to achieve, that people remember the show or remember that setting, or you tell them about the setting, what is happening. And that really brings people to the game. So maybe this is an idea to build something that people really, an eye catcher, where they say, oh, what is that? I have to check that somehow. And a lot of people just pass by and say, this is Game of Thrones, right? And then you almost have them, right? You're close to play. Come play.
That I did a little bit with kind of your point earlier about the whole Starks versus Lannisters. I had this huge poster on our wall that was a map of Westeros, and magnetized this poster were 10 shields with the Starks and 10 shields with the Lannisters. And every time you painted a unit, painted some NCUs, or you won a game or lost a game, you would collect points for that team, and it would be whoever, a certain amount of points would earn you one of the crests on the enemy team. And so teams would be trying to work together to steal all the crests from the enemy before they lose theirs. And just having this huge map of Westeros, and very, like, you don't have to be the biggest Game of Thrones fan to be able to recognize a Stark banner or a Lannisters banner.
Yes.
You know, like, oh, what is that? And it really got people caught people's eyes.
Caught people's eyes. Yeah.
Visual.
Yeah. Great ideas. I will definitely pick up that pizza one. That's a good one. Free pizza, and you have to play song once, at least once,
yes.
one or two turns, three turns, whatever. Yeah, the Song of Ice and Pizza.
Yeah.
So that was all casual and bringing new players into the game. But I know you guys also play, and we have it over here, tournaments, competitive play. So tell me about this. How many tournaments do you do? How many? How is that going? What about prize support? How many people attend those tournaments? How big are they?
Yeah, we've hosted a few. The tournaments are relatively new to us because we were focusing on establishing a community first and then getting into the tournament scene later. Something that I learned, though, was in the process of trying to establish a community, I kind of wish I hosted a tournament sooner. Because what happened with our first one, we had just like, it almost brings you to tears every time, because I'm just so grateful. There's a community that is close by, members in Sarnia and Toronto, and even those across the board in the States that came all the way to our shop.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah. Like everyone was driving 2 hours.
Yeah. And the positive energy that they brought really ignited the fire in our local community. So if I were to do it all over again, I would have hosted a tournament sooner. But I try and do 2 to 3 a year. We have, I think our lowest count has been 12, our highest count has been 20-ish people that have attended. And again, people from all over. And prize support is a $20 ticket going into it. Most of that goes towards prize through store credits. We've also had somebody who's coming from Toronto who hosts other major Song of Ice and Fire events in Canada, or at least in Ontario.
Yeah, we got to shout out to Clarence.
Big time.
Yeah. Hey, Clarence, when you see this, thank you so much. Because honestly, like, he was
another veteran.
For us. Yeah, when Cameron got in contact with him, he came. I was shocked, mind you. He came in the summer. He's like, "Oh, I'm a teacher. It doesn't matter. I can stay out late, right?" But he came, and you know, everything he had was beautifully painted, and he was so relaxed about it. But he had this energy about him, and every time he got involved, you know, he came into our social media, and then he was really kind of that forerunner that brought his community. It's from a store called X Planet.
Yes.
They're going to be running, you know, a tournament in January in Toronto through the Toronto Gaming Expo. Such an incredible guy. And then another gentleman, Andy. Andy was responsible for getting all of our hits and crits mats. So, you know, this guy literally drove 2 hours with 14 mats.
I talked to him. Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, I got these extra mats." And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "It doesn't matter." And so he came in and we all bought one, right? Yeah. And so we all got one. And so that level of enthusiasm, you know, that level of engagement from people that are just so passionate about the game just lights your fire, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you want to be a part of that kind of community, and you want to keep playing, keep doing things.
And then Clarence also donated a bunch of promo materials from cmon, and it's kind of cool because we've been trying to get in touch with them, but some of them will see even just like the dice bag and measuring stick, like, whoa, that's something I couldn't get anywhere else. That's kind of cool. And then they're excited to come back again next week, and just getting some unique experiences, unique promo things, just the uniqueness of everything, I guess, all culminating to this experience.
Yeah, this is actually something I would wish for. I mean, there is actually, I mean, we can't complain about price support by our sponsors and partners, but what is rare is promo material. So just an example, and I'm like on a daily basis I forget about it because I have everything here. But when I check stores and clubs and when I talk to people, like that for instance, a dice bag for the Baratheons or a ruler or a Vargo Holt miniature, promo miniature, even or you whatever game night kits and all that kind of stuff are so rare, or they became even more rare in the last few months and years. Because the Kickstarter basically ran out. Now everyone has it in its, you know, in your basement or whatever. You cannot get hold of like Hand of King boxes, Kickstarter material. So it's all gone, right? So a lot of like when I check tournaments or clubs or like sponsorships for tournaments, a lot of stuff is like a unit box or a starter, which is cool. I don't want to make it like sound it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's nothing really there that is exclusive and that is like you can get nowhere else. So I would appreciate something from cmon / Dark Sword Miniatures that, like the game night kits, which is something that gives you something that you can only get at this certain tournament. And we saw that last year, the Realms of Battle in Warsaw, where we did the streams, they had the Rhaenyra and Alicent Hightower miniatures from Tactics actually, but also with song rules, and each and everyone was only able to pick up one at the tournament. So that's kind of cool, because this gives the whole event something special, and I'm the one that has it, with the rules, with the cards, everything. It's these little things that make you attend such tournaments or events.
What I'm hearing is that you're excited to send them to Canada. Is that you
yes?
Have so many things, so many cool things.
That
you want to share.
Well, at least some. At least some.
We embrace you. Yeah, we embrace you. We would love that. We completely agree with you.
We'll definitely find a way to send you something, to send you something. And as you mentioned, Clarence, I'm already in contact with him for the Canadian Nationals to also share something with the Canadian community that is probably not as common for your community or your country / community. So let's see what I have in the storage room to share with you.
Sounds great.
Yeah, no problem. At least we can. I spoiled it a little bit in the last video. There is something coming out which is also a custom creation by Hits and Crits. It's almost there. All the Patreons know, not the wider community, but this is something that is really cool. When this thing is finished, I feel it's really cool. I cannot spoil it more, but this is a custom thing. I may be able to send over at least a few.
Okay, we're holding our breath. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep our ear open.
Well, it takes a little bit more time, but yeah. Sorry, Cameron. What were we saying?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying we'll keep our ears to the ground too for when you're ready to share with the wider public. We're excited to see what you got.
I can tell you that much. We have like, I don't know, what is it, 40, 50 Patreons or something. And
nice.
And they are excited. They are really excited about what we will come up with in this world of really cool custom factions are created right now. Custom scenarios or like game modes are created and all that kind of stuff. And in this world, or in this void that we are right now because of, the current situation with cmon and, tariffs and the board game industry in general, it's so cool to see. And you mentioned it yourself. This community has so much heart and passion for this game. So you see people left and right bringing up such cool things, like a complete faction fully fleshed out with all tactics cards, and you're all doing this, and all these great individuals are doing this in their spare time, free time, hours and hours of work. And I really appreciate this. And us at Hits and Crits wanted to be part of this and also sit down and put in some work to be able to share something. Is there anything else on competitive play, casual play, what you want to share about your club, your community, anything else.
I mean, I did touch a little bit on the Toronto Gaming Expo, so TGX, in January 9th until the 11th next year in 2026. I know that it's being hosted by X Planet Games. They're involved on the song side. So I know that our club, we're going to be carpooling. We're going to be out there for a couple days to compete. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah,
cool.
We're working towards practice games for that sort of thing. But we also, in the terms of casual aspects too, I'm hoping to kind of bring back that Westeros banner again. I have a few friends who are interested in getting into the game, and because we totally don't have, as we mentioned before, multiple armies, it's not like
it's not like we can field several full tables of armies, just the two of us. We absolutely can't do that. So
we'll get them in the demo games. And we get a few. Both, I have friends who are both loving the lore in both the TV show and the books, and those who have never touched a page of it or seen an episode, but they're both just interested in trying this game out. So
pull them in.
Yeah.
All right, great talking to you guys. So many insights. The pizza thing, the great that like 2-hour drive to your place. It must be a great place. So obviously you have no like room restrictions. Probably you have enough tables. You have enough food and drinks and everything. So that's really cool because this is something we see in at least in Germany. I know a lot of clubs, they have actually a space problem. Like really problem because it's too tiny, because the club is too small and can't host as many players. This is actually an issue here in Germany. But great, you don't have that. So to end this video, and I said to myself, I always want to end these videos, these community or club spotlights, with this question. And this comes without any preparation to you, I know, but I still ask. Us at Hits and Crits. If you could wish for anything, anything we could do better, is there anything we can do more often? Is there anything we do or what we do which is not good? So this is your time to openly state what is not good about Hits and Crits, or what you would like to see more, or what you really appreciate about it. I don't know. Whatever you want to share with us, because we want to learn. We want to strive to be like a content creator that really does the best for the game. So anything you can share, any feedback, this is the place and the time to share.
I can't think of anything negative to say at all. I don't have constructive criticism whatsoever. I recognize that at Hits and Crits, you guys are driven by this passion of community and of this game, and I would just say keep that at the forefront.
Okay.
These videos, for example, that you started are a great showcase of that passion for community and the game. So, keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, we will. So, Adrian, now hit me with the brute force of something negative.
We got good cop, bad cop.
Awesome.
Well, okay, so I don't think that this is anything that's particularly your fault. There is an ocean between us, and that does come with limitations.
Yes.
So, because of incredible, Andy, he was able to get us, your incredible map.
Yeah.
But when we first started talking, I know that was a bit of a barrier for us, because we initially thought, okay, if we can get, like 7, mats on order, perhaps we could get, free shipping and whatnot. And then that wasn't the case because we were in Canada. So, but again, I'm not sure what kind of power you have over that, but I know that in the past has been like a restriction for us. But luckily, it doesn't mean that's a restriction for everyone, right? There are other clubs out there that clearly they're putting in the resources, and then they're sharing those opportunities with us. They're helping us grow. So, funny enough, I mean, the silver lining is, had that not been the case, we wouldn't have grown a relationship with more of these people from this other club, right? We reached out, we sent our song signal, and then, you know, we got saved, and we want to pass that on to others, right? We have such gratitude that we want to now share that with, pay it forward to, you know, whoever's the next person that says, hey, I don't have a mat. You know what? Come over. We have plenty, you know, you can borrow one of ours, you can use one of ours, right? So that would be, I think, the first thing. And then the last point I would have is, we would love to, you know, see more of that. You mentioned sponsorship from you guys. Yeah, like our club is small, so we know that we're not expecting much, right? We're not looking at ourselves and why are we not more popular, or why are we not more special, right? But, you know, it's we recognize that there are bigger clubs out there that have more players, right? And they're hosting bigger events. Those are, you know, those are your stars, right? They're going to be the ones you focus on. But having that kind of trickle down in some way, if it's possible, right? No pressure on you guys, because you're super awesome. But if it's possible, we would very much benefit from it, and we would love it too.
Yeah, we want to grow to that side as well.
Yeah. On the mats, each and every product we put out in the past was trying to be available everywhere, but it surprised me that it's not as easy as it looks to have that at scale produce these kind of mats, like globally. You would have to be in, like, and there's also a thing about contracts and exclusive contracts and stuff. So, but I might, let's see, maybe in the future we will have something in Asia also, or in the US, Canada, I don't know, that are able to ship from there. And maybe, let's see. Right now, we can only make use of this, you know, bundle up and have free shipping, at least for most countries, I know, for most. But as you mentioned, for Canada, it didn't work out. But this is the good feedback. We are trying to do the best we can for all these products. And actually, the mats is quite a good example, because they're quite big, and we will have some more mats coming out soon. So for example, the epic game mode will be available soon. We have a new terrain pack coming out soon. So there's there's so many stuff, but most of it is small or smaller, but the mats are quite huge, right? So these are pretty hard to produce everywhere and offer everywhere for little money. So so that's good, but I still take it. Yeah.
I mean, you've developed and designed an incredible product that makes this game even more approachable, right? Like having set, you know, areas for objectives, having set areas for our cards, right? These are all little things that add time to kind of that initial setup, which for some people, it might be a barrier, right? They're like, oh, this is so much stuff.
You have to measure this and measure that objective.
Measure all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But when you roll out that mat, perfect. Everything you're ready in 5 minutes, right? You're done. And so that's just an incredible convenience, and it's been a pleasure to use. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and on the second point,
have awesome products. Your products are amazing. I'm not complaining at all.
Understood. So, and the second part, actually, we have this initiative running. I have one Hits and Crits team member that is actually leading it. I will definitely put you in contact with him. His name is Ole, and Ole is basically running our. So we have two kinds of clubs. We are set up a certain, let's say, an SOP how to support them. So we have allied clubs, which is really close. So allied clubs are basically getting the full force of what we can offer. And there are sponsored clubs, and sponsorships are actually, as you say, like sometimes when certain tournaments come up or certain events, we sponsor that with a certain amount of physical support or graphical support in terms of, or communicating it, recording a video on it or whatever. But the allied clubs are actually clubs that are like where we have synergies going. And to your point, we're not collaborating with, we're not looking at big, small, or anything. We're looking at passionate for song. If we identify a club for passionate for song or tactics in the near future, this is the ground we want to work on. It's not size, it's not reach, it's not like, is it big, is it small, has it like a whole lot of like members? We don't care. We just care about the passion for the game. And if this is present as in your place, we should definitely get to talk. Yeah. So thanks for sharing all this great information. It was really nice. Was really cool getting to know you. Any last words from you?
Thank you for this opportunity. Honestly, this
Always.
was super cool that we were able to organize this. I want to thank Cameron. You know, he was really kind of a beacon for me in this community, and so I can't wait for what comes next.
Let's all be beacons. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but thanks for hosting us. Thanks for sharing your ideas too. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to the growth of this community, and I'm also appreciative of my partner here, Adrian, who's helping with the community growth. And but yeah, thank you for what you do over at Hits and Crits and for this opportunity.
Always our pleasure. All right, I guess that's it. And for you guys out there, until we meet again, roll those crits, guys.
Come for the hits and stay for the crits.